Welcome to the Cavalier Sports Report. I'm your host, Mackenzie Moore, and today we have with us women's cross-country athlete, Katie Nelson. Katie, thanks for joining us today.
It's good to be here.
Now, we're going to start off talking about your guys' first event of the season. You guys were in the top 20, 7 of the top Cavs finished in the top 20 for the Maple Leaf Invitational. You guys did really good at that event, and you guys finished within 30 seconds of each other. Could you describe what it's like, the difference between running with a pack of teammates versus maybe being significantly ahead or significantly behind in a cross-country race?
Yeah, it really depends on the race and what coach wants us to run. Right now he's telling us to kind of run as a pack and have 3 people in the front and try to lead everyone, and about 4 girls in the back to kind of help pick people off. And it's just really different, and I mean, I think it can be really successful.
How does your thought process alter when maybe you're at the front, like you were in the mule run? You were the number 1 for the Cavs. You end up finishing 24th. How does your thought process alter in, I don't need to keep up with maybe the other girls. I need to, get a great time?
There's a lot of looking back. While you're racing towards the front, you look back to see if your other competitors are behind you. But you just have to keep thinking that you have to pick people off and get as low of time as you can, and it's all mental in the end.
The team was 3rd at the Maple Leaf Invitational, and they were 5th at the Mule Run at Central Missouri. How does the team feel about those results?
I think the results are really good right now, considering that a lot of the schools were D2 and D3, and our nationals will be competing against other community colleges. So I think we're pretty solid with those. So
that was when you're looking at it, you end up getting, pretty good finishes with D2 schools. Do you think that means when you end up facing the community colleges, you guys are going to get those, 1st and 2nd places instead? That's
what we're hoping. We're hoping to win. We're ranked 3rd right now, so we just got to keep working at it.
Those are 2 solid events to open up the season. The 3rd event this last Saturday, the Woody Greeno Invitational, how did that one end up going
We didn't
down?
end up going to Nebraska this Saturday. Our bus started leaking gasoline, and our coach entered us in a random road race. But we did really well, and a lot of us got really close to our PRs, and some PR'd, and it was really fun too.
What type of competition were you facing in this random road race?
Housewives. There were a lot of housewives and old men and a couple little kids, but we beat them all, so it was good.
Who was the toughest competitor? Did you have some 40-year-olds that were just giving you guys a tough time?
There was one lady who was running really fast, way above our pace, and she was doing the 10K, so that was kind of hurtful to our egos, but it's okay.
Cross country is one of the few sports where the men's and women's team not only practices together, they have an identical schedule in terms of the events they participate in. Is there any sort of competition that goes between the men's and women's team? Is there a battle of sexes of sorts?
I think there definitely is. We're so close that sometimes it gets a little interesting sometimes. There's been a couple little cat fights that have happened.
Who ends up winning these cat fights?
The girls, always.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I've been told that there's talk of a cage fight between you and Grant Poggi of the men's cross-country team. Is there any truth to these rumors?
We've been trying to, as a fundraiser, to get this to happen, cage fight with me and Poggi. We're not sure if he'll agree to it yet, but we're working on it.
Are you coming up with ways to trick him in, just set up a cage at the track and just, hey, Grant, come on over here real quick?
Yeah, he'll run to it. It'll use his girlfriend as bait, and he'll come running.
Well, whether there's a cage fight or not, or whether you guys end up winning these next events once you start facing cross country, you guys look like you're in for a really great season. And Katie, I'd just like to thank you for coming on today.
Thank you. It was good to
be
here.
Interview. That's it for this edition of the Cavalier Sports Report. I'm your host, Mackenzie Moore, reporting for JCAV TV.